Hey guys, welcome to my channel and today we're going to be doing a mid-year book wrap-up of all my favorite books that I've read so far. I did more series this year than actual standalone, so you're going to be seeing a lot more series on this list. Um, and my reading goal for this year is 110. So just imagine 110 in Kindle, and I'm about halfway so far. And I'm halfway so far, which I'm very happy with my progress because I was having a very slow start for this year. Busy with tax season and everything. Ah, oh, such a, and I, so many things happening. I moved, everything was in there. So to be nearly half of my 110 books that I have, and I already have a little list of my favorites. So without further ado, let's get into the book. No, on this list, Pieces of Me by Aubry J. This was, as I said before, she's one of the authors that I wanted to try this year, and Pieces of Me is, is a beautiful book. And just being introduced to her work, you just know that she reminds me so much of Lady Michelle's work. It you it has been the drama, the the excitement, the family camaraderie, the the funniness, the characters that are you downright crazy. It's here. It's in RBJ book, and I love that. I'm just glad that I took the time out to actually say I'm going to try out her catalog, and I love what I'm reading so far. Next book on the list is Rugged. You're going to be hearing Green Huffington books on this list. Rugged. After reading chemistry, I don't know. After reading chemistry and rather last year, I think it was last year. Chemistry and rather last year to just seeing the sisters in a different light. Rather give her different vibes. I mean, she is the one that he says is the untouchable one. She did not care to actually want to be in a relationship. She thought that it was just sex understood, not having a husband, a boyfriend, none of that. Kids, that was never on the list. So I mean, Gary Huffington did a big one in this one. I mean, like, I was crying at one point in time. Crying, legit crying because I felt it to my core. No, we move on to the Delgato series, where this is comprised of couple one, which is book one, series one, Capadonna, series two. It's just like yeah, whatever it is, you just feel like you're just reading this big, like we're watching a series, a TV show. That's what it is. Couple and Capadonna Capri, Quasim. Those are all books in the Delgato series, and Inferno. I love it. Couple and Capadonna are twins, and they follow the sisters Capri, and she married to Capri married to an Inferno. They give Inferno the two Inferno brothers, which is Quasim and Kumir. I just love the entire series. I tell you, Jackal J was on my list, and I was not disappointed when I read Couple. I had to read Capadonna, then I went into Capri. I was just going deep for it. I mean, Jackal J putting drugs in those books. So I went into the other book on the list is Roulette, and this is the other book in the Delgado series by Grey Huffington. I mean, come on, it is such a beautiful story. As I said, I love how we're getting different vibes. No part of this is the same. I love the fact that these men that are coming into these young ladies' lives, they're putting their foot down. They're not intimidated by them. They are alpha males, are you know alpha in their own rights, and they just love on these girls without even thinking twice. Just mm, 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 mm. I thought a great episode is one of my favorite authors at this point in time. I love her work. And you just waiting on the other books. I definitely is going to be your rated for the in December. There's going to be other books that are going to be on my favorite list for the end of the year. Definitely more of the books. The Danger Family series, especially book three. Yep, intrigued by Mr. Danger. I am telling you, the Danger Family series was definitely one of my favorite set of books. I love how it started out. It gives you different dynamics for three different siblings. One set, you have a twin, and they are like this. That's how different they are. And I just love how book three was like, it gives you I mean, like all books were so different. They give you different parts of dominance and submission, but it's all in three different kind of way, or everybody expects their thing. I love it. The, definitely love it. The Nightshade. This book, I just saw it on TikTok and I decided to read it. It was such an interesting book. Book two is soon to be out. It is following this young lady that she go to a college. She wants to find out what happened. She go to a college and wants to find out what happened to her dad and her mom in this mysterious helicopter accident that took her parents out. And she fall in love with this guy, and this guy has seven sisters, and he's taking care of all of them. You know, he was dealing with his own problem. She's poor, he's mad rich. You know, the whole vibe. I love this. Such an interesting book. It's left on a cliffhanger. This lady just left. Pen Pal was one of my favorite books. Here I am reading this book and did not expect that plot twist. I mean, I expect something because reading her book, the author book, you definitely know that there is going to be a plot twist that you don't see coming. With this, wouldn't even think twice to think about it. Then we move on to Hood Legacy and Hood Session is following the two friends, Mercy and Legacy, and they're in the same basketball team. Mercy is with a basketballer while Legacy end up with a team doctor. And it's just a beautiful story when you see who is crashing out and who is not crashing out. Who feels that, yeah, she's not about that life when Mercy is really about that life, but Legacy is not about that life, and realizing that her friend is crazy and the one that she's in love with is mad, crazy too. Come on, yo. Ah, Sinful King by Asia Monique. I mean, like, I've been waiting for this book for a good minute, and it did not disappoint. It did not. Yo, if you are interested in reading a Black Mafia story, you need to take up Mafia Misfit series by Asia Monique. She has all of them. I mean, Sean, you have Luca, then you have Sean. I don't know about anybody else. Everybody else is just below them in that series. I love the guys. Um, best believe it. Luca and Sean are my top two guys so far. I think we have one more book in the series that just ended on a high. Let me tell you, as I said, like if you have seen my other videos, the story and why I love this series is not because only it's a black mafia story and it has strong female characters, meaning you know a lot of the mafia stories that we read, the females are the weaker person in these books, The females are strong. They are doing their own thing. They can handle themselves. The man that they end up with is just as crazy or crazier than them and support the craziness that these ladies are into and very protective of their women. And I really love that. But otherwise from that, the storyline is so great that you have to sit down and want to read. I've been waiting on this book for maybe a year now, a year. So just imagine you getting up a story, and then what I love about this, not only the strong female characters and the male characters that are actually living on their women and very protective of them, is that each story gives you, even though you're getting a love story, you're getting a little bit of the bigger plot that is there to be unfold. You get some in the first book, Sinful King. No, you're here. Sinful Vows, I should say. You get the first in Sinful Vows, and then you're getting in Sinful King, and then it's just I'm just waiting for everything to unfold, and like we see what really is going on in the story and how it really ends. But those are my favorite books so far for the year. I know it's a very hefty little list. It's small comparing to what I thought I would be reading, but definitely not reading as much book as I wanted to, but I still have these books as my outstanding books so far for the year, so for the mid-year. What I'm looking forward to actually is to get more into Christina C. Jones' book. I have a couple books that I want to actually read. I have The Will of Minnie that is on my list. Um, Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan definitely is on my list, and I've been hearing great things about it. I'm going to finish the Throne of Glass series. Um, I have other books that I really want to try. I want to give Brianna Denny, I think that's her name. I'm not sure if I've read books from her, but I'm going to give the books that I see on TikTok that everybody's raving about. I have books for Teeling that I actually want to actually get into more. And I have other Jackal J books that I want to actually get into, like the Brownsville Bully. Um, they have other books from that connect with the Delgato series that you hear the names are calling up in at times and you have actually seen them a couple times. I love that. No. So I'm waiting on Cora's book from the Casterly series for Jackal J also. I have a quite a few books that I have for the rest of the years that for the rest of the year that I actually want to get into. If you want to recommend a book that is one of your favorite for 2025 so far, drop them in the comments and I would definitely put it on my TBR list. Not telling you that it's going to read instantly, but it's going to be read. It's going to be read, right? Um, or please do share authors that I need to try. I actually want to expand myself to actually reading more Black authors, Caribbean authors, African authors. Um, I have yeah, and I have like a children. I think I have one African series that I definitely have, but that's a body read, and I'm waiting on the right time to actually try that out. I have to finish the little series that I have so far on my list, but drop them in the comments. And until next time, guys, bye.